What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy to be here. First of all, happy 2019 to everybody that celebrated the new year. I hope for anybody that set resolutions for this year that your resolutions come true and you stay tried, tested, and committed to your goals for this year. Let's get this video started. I wanted to talk about making homemade toothpaste today. For the longest time, I've been going from brand to brand to brand, trying to figure out like which toothpaste is good for my teeth with natural ingredients, free of chemicals, blah blah blah, all that stuff, right? So I've come to the point now that I've realized making toothpaste at home is not only more cost effective for me, but the end product that I use for my teeth seems to be giving me a much better overall results in terms of like how my teeth feel, sensitivity control, plaque control, etc. So I wanted to share this with you guys, everybody that's watching that's interested in making their own toothpaste, and hopefully this benefits at least like one person out there watching. Now, a couple of things I wanted to mention before we start. Heads up, just a couple of things to keep in mind. You probably want to invest in a black toothbrush like this, because if you use a regular toothbrush, like Colgate, whatever, it's going to stain your tooth, like your bristles. And not that it's an issue, but just cosmetically won't look as appealing. Also, your sink is going to get dirty, black, really fast. So if you're not set on cleaning your sink every day or every other day, then please understand that if you do decide to use this toothpaste, the coconut activated charcoal inside it's very staining. It's almost like turmeric. So as soon as it touches something, it leaves its footprint. So just please keep in mind that your sink will be black. You're gonna have to clean it every day. If not, then it's just not gonna be a good look. Last thing I wanted to mention as a disclosure, it's messy to put together, so please have a workstation or like an environment of some sort which you're comfortable in, and maybe like an old towel or a shirt, because again, the activated charcoal here, this stuff can be anything it touches. It's very fine, it's very light. The slightest bit of air will cause it to start flying away, and then it starts to like stain pretty much anything. So just have a clean workstation, you know, wear an old shirt that you don't use or whatever the case. Just keep in mind that if anything there gets stained, that you know you have the expectations that you had that going into it before making the steps. Now, putting all that aside, last thing I want to mention, the startup cost to make this toothpaste is quite expensive compared to just buying a tube of toothpaste. But in the long run, the ingredients, I don't have to buy any of these ingredients for the next 6 months to a year at least. So actually, if you think about the long-term costs, it's a lot more cost effective versus buying tubes of toothpaste. But with that being said though, the ingredients are a little bit difficult to find. I'm pretty sure you can find everything on Amazon. If not, you'd have to go through an alternative source. But as long as you're willing to invest that initial $40 to $50 to start with, you'll be good for the whole year. So I mean, just some things to keep in mind. Alright, I'm going to pause the video here because I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I mixed it together. Before I do, just wanted to mention what the key ingredients that I use. Now, you can play on this in your own way. You can put your own ingredients. You can mix together whatever you want. Some of the things I haven't included are baking soda. Other things I haven't included are water. I use, my toothpaste is all coconut oil based, so you have the option to add water in it. Actually, I did add a little bit of water last time, but what I'm trying to say is, you'll see how I put it together, and then you can figure out other ingredients that you can use and play around with your own version if you decide to go through. By the way, I love this toothpaste. I keep it in a mason jar as such. This is from the last batch. I'm actually out, so conveniently, I'm gonna make this video at the same time so you guys can see what's going on. All right? Now, I'm gonna show you the ingredients I use, and then we'll go from there. So, coconut oil, Superstore. I ended up getting the club-sized. So this is 100% virgin coconut oil. It's cold pressed, so it's raw coconut oil that's cold pressed. This is a 2.3 liter tub, which I got for $22 when it was on sale. Which is honestly, like, this is a really good price, because Grace brand, when it's not on sale, is like $8 for the 500 ml. And just regular coconut oil is anywhere from like $6.50 to $9 and up, depending on the brand you're using. So to get, that's 500 ml. But basically what I'm saying is a club size pack for me seems to be more convenient. I bought this last month, so I'm like halfway through it. It's not all for hair. I use it for cooking. I use it for skin. I use it for other purposes as well too. So coconut oil. You need bentonite clay, which looks like this. You guys probably familiar with this. You make like face masks, you know, you can do different things. You can even consume it. Everything that you get here, please make sure that's food grade, okay? You don't want anything that's non-food grade because there's an industrial grade and then there's food grade. So you need food grade, okay? So bentonite clay. Again, I just bought these from the dollar store just because I like the canisters, but each of them have their own container, yeah. Bentonite clay, diatomaceous earth. Okay, I'm not going to go into the details of explaining why these ingredients are beneficial. I'll put them in the description so you guys can read about it. That's not what this video is about. But this is very key. I just recently found out about diatomaceous earth, and I found out how awesome it is. It's very light. It's extremely fluffy. It doesn't even have a smell. But this thing has a million purposes. It's like the powder of duct tape, if you want to, I guess if you look at it that way. But anyways, diatomaceous earth. Essential oils. So what I like to use is tea tree. This is a good disinfectant oil. It's good to add into it. Lemon. And then peppermint oil, along with coconut oil. So coconut oil is the main oil, the carrier oil, and then I have these essential oils as flavors. Peppermint is good for taste. It's good for cleansing. It's good for disinfecting. Again, these oils are what I use. If you haven't already looked into the benefits of essential oils, please look into the benefits of essential oils. They do wonders for your body, for your mind, for your soul, for healing, for everything. So, yeah. Last thing is trace minerals. Now, okay, I'm gonna quickly pause here for a second to explain about this. Trace minerals are what I put in water. So I don't drink tap water. I get distilled water, and I add these trace minerals. There's about 84 different trace elements in here, and then when you add that, it's pretty much like reverse osmosis water or like natural spring water, but I do it myself just because I like doing it this way. I get more minerals. So the point is these trace minerals are also good for our teeth, right? A lot of these minerals are what our teeth need to become strong and to keep their strength. So like I'll add about 15 to 20 drops of this trace mineral in my actual thing, but I also use this in my water. Now it is considered a dietary supplement, but all I'm saying is if you haven't looked into the benefits of this and why this is such a great product, then please look into it. But yeah, trace minerals. This is about $25. So if you don't want to spend $25, what you can do is use sea salt. And if you get sea salt, please make sure it's sea salt that's imported either from Pakistan or from one of the other regions from there, because that has the highest amount of trace mineral, and like the salt content is the most pure and natural from the earth. Okay, these are the last ingredients. Sorry, my bad. Last thing, the activated charcoal here. These came in like these prism triangle bits. I tried to grind this up in like a food blender. It did not work out good because all that happened was I just kept getting a lot of like black dust. So I was grinding them too fine. It's very difficult to work with. I guess when I bought it, I didn't realize how difficult it was gonna be to actually grind this together. And then so what I did is I just went to Amazon and I ordered this one here. Okay, so it's the same thing as that, except this is more like, if you're wondering what this purpose is for, it's basically to filter water, any impurities from water. If you don't have a filter, it's a homemade, filter system. Anyways, so these are all the ingredients. All right, I'm gonna pause it here. I'm gonna flip it around and show you guys how I mix it together. Again, the ratio of the bentonite clay, activated charcoal, and diatomaceous earth, I would keep those ratios as is, just because I think it makes sense. But if you decide to play on your version of like how many drops of oils you put in and stuff, that's totally up to you, okay? Any questions, please leave them in the comments, because I'm sure other people will have the same comments or questions. And once again, thank you for watching this video. Please enjoy the next part. And if you end up trying this, let me know how your experience is. Have a great day, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Great, we are back. So this is basically my setup. I'm doing this on my couch, but the point is I have the shirt here in case any of this charcoal falls over. All right, now you need a bowl like this. Now please do not use this. No metal, okay? If you need to, use a spoon like this, or if you need a measuring, something for measurement, use this, but please do not use metal. As soon as the metal gets in contact with the diatomaceous earth, it causes it to change its like chemical, something with a chemical problem, but basically it destroys its benefits. So no metal in contact, okay? I use 2 spoons because again, the process can get a little bit sticky and get a little bit messy. So sometimes 1 spoon is used to scrape off bits on the other spoon. I usually keep a ratio of 1 part of this. This I believe is a 1/3 cup. The measurement rubbed off. I'm pretty sure it's a 1/3 cup, but a 1/3 cup of this, a 1/3 cup of this, and a 1/3 cup of charcoal. I always add the dry ingredients first, mix it together, and then I'll add the wet ingredients, which is the coconut oil and the trace minerals and the essential oils. So because I'm doing this with my phone, I'm going to pause it quickly here while I just go ahead and drop in one of each scoop of these 3. Hang on. And by the way, I was using tissue to wipe off that measuring scoop before I moved from this to this. I don't like the idea of any contamination cross of any sort, but not that it's a big deal. But anyway, so you're gonna notice as I start to mix this, sorry about the angle here, there we go. Notice as I start to mix this, it's gonna take on like a grayish type of, and please don't rush through this process. I would not. Because it's very messy, it's time consuming. It takes about 10 minutes to properly do this. I think the most difficult part in this whole process is actually when you add the liquid ingredients, is to get the perfect consistency of that nice cream toothpaste consistency that we like. You know, when you squeeze it out of the tube, it comes out nice and pasty and creamy. That's basically what texture we're going for, and you know, through feel you're gonna get to know how it is, because the first time I made this I had to make a couple of batches, and it sucks because you're gonna throw ingredients and lose money in the process. But you know, like through the experience I now have a pretty good idea as to like what the ratio is of the ingredients. So this is coming along all right. I'm gonna just finish this up here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add the coconut. In case you're wondering, the liquid ingredients, the coconut oil I kind of add in as I go, so I don't measure it ahead of time, just because it's kind of hard to explain. But I kind of follow a recipe, but I don't follow a recipe, if that makes sense. All right, let me finish up here. I'm gonna just clean off my hand, put off these ingredients away, and I'll be right back. Great, so this is all mixed together. Let's go ahead and add the oil. So I'm just gonna do this by ear. Again, you guys can play with your own and figure out your best recipe. Lemon's done. Tea tree. I would go careful on this. This is strong. That's it. And peppermint. Now this batch, what I'm making right now with the ratio of one of these, it should last me about 3 weeks, maybe a month, give or take. I brush with this once a day. I do use another toothpaste, which I'll talk about after, but as my main, if I use it twice a day, it lasts me about 3 weeks. All right. So these are trace minerals. Again, it adds the salt element of it, plus you get all the mineral benefits. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off with coconut oil. So basically, because I'm doing this with one hand, I'm gonna just kind of add some coconut oil, mix it, record it, and then keep going till you guys can see the consistency that I like. All right, so I've added about 2 scoops so far. 2 scoops of the white scoops of coconut oil. And you just gotta be really careful with this. I can't stress that enough, because this will stain everything and anything. So as you can see, it's starting to change into more of this shiny, nice, we're getting there slowly. And again, it is very chalky, and the texture is not unified. Yeah, because I don't have a blender. I'm sure you can do this with like a food blender or some sort, but because I'm doing this by hand, it generally takes anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes of good, even like careful stirring before it gets to the consistency that I need. So anyways, let me go ahead and finish up here. You can see it's coming along really nicely, and yeah, we're almost done. Now before I make the final product, like before I finish it off, what I'll do is take a little bit and try it out and see how it tastes. and just so I can fine-tune the recipe, fine-tune the ingredients right before I go ahead and finish it off. All right, so I'm almost done. Hang on. All right, so basically it's 3 scoops of this to get. Now we're, you see how nice it's looking now? Oh yeah, this is, I love it when it looks like this. It gets me excited. I'm almost there. But look how nice and creamy that is coming along. Look at that, it's beautiful. So from here, it's just a matter of finishing up the stirring. Again, just make sure, because some of the dry bits like to get caught under there. So just gotta really work in the whole bowl. And then once you're finished with this, take a little bit, you know, like me. Try it out. If it tastes good, good to go. You might want to add some more peppermint oil. Again, you can do this with water. You can add water to it. But I really like the coconut oil and how it gives it this rich, velvety, silky, nice, beautiful look to it. Alright guys, so this is it. Homemade activated coconut activated charcoal toothpaste, all natural ingredients, 100% healing for your teeth. Don't take my word for it though. I have no credible expertise to say anything. Anyway guys, you know my videos. Any video I make, I basically self-experiment on myself and share that information with you guys on the findings, just like with my hair journey. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here, clean it off, put it in here, and then we're good to go. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please rate this video. Please share with anybody that you think might benefit from vegan, holistic, homemade, coconut activated charcoal toothpaste. All right, take care guys.